Most small businesses buy a Salesforce license to unify messy operations, expecting immediate, automated relief across the entire company. Then day one arrives. Your team logs in and finds a blank generic interface with no clear workflows or guidance. When a tool makes their jobs harder, employees quietly reject it and revert back to their familiar, siloed spreadsheets. This graph tracks user adoption and subscription retention. Notice the sharp drop exactly at the 3-month mark. This is the frustration peak, where mass cancellations typically happen. When owners hit this point, they often conclude the software platform is simply too complex for their business. Abandoning the subscription at this peak ignores the fragmented data and manual workarounds that are actually slowing down the business. Salesforce is an unconfigured architectural shell. It is a powerful foundation, but it is entirely empty on day one. You are currently paying for enterprise-grade features, visual pipelines, automated lead routing, and intelligent case queues that sit completely dormant. These tools stay locked because essential configuration steps, like building role-specific page layouts and setting up automated follow-ups, were skipped before launch. You are now facing a strategic crossroads with a dormant deployment and a team that has already checked out. Your next move is either to run to a totally new platform, attempt to rebuild the current one internally, or execute a targeted professional rescue. Solving this requires treating the issue as a structural configuration problem rather than a software subscription failure. The first path is the switch. This is driven by the temptation to cancel Salesforce and find a platform with a cleaner initial interface, like HubSpot. A new platform's slick onboarding process provides genuine initial relief for the first few months. However, switching carries a high operational price. You must endure a full data migration, lose your historical records, and put your staff through a complete retraining. This chart compares the 3-year total cost of ownership between Salesforce Pro Suite and HubSpot. The HubSpot line stays low early on, but spikes dramatically as you cross the 5,000 contact threshold. These starter tiers capture growing businesses, then charge exponentially higher rates as your database scales. Eventually, successful businesses face another expensive migration back to enterprise tools. In the long run, switching platforms trades a solvable setup issue today for a massive scalability penalty and workflow disruption later. The second path is the rebuild. This is the bootstrapping approach, where an owner hacks the system together internally to avoid consulting fees. Learning the admin interface, designing a data model, and building automation flows takes an amateur between 113 and 178 hours of manual labor. If you value an owner's time at $75 an hour, that DIY effort represents a hidden opportunity cost of over $8,400. Despite this investment, DIY builds fail to achieve role separation. Sales and customer service agents navigate the exact same cluttered screen, digging through fields they never use. This friction leads the team back to abandoning the software entirely. When you factor in lost executive time and dropped leads, attempting a DIY fix is statistically the most expensive path a business can take. The third path is the rescue. This is a fixed-scope intervention designed specifically to repair broken Salesforce instances. The NovoCircle QuickFix provides clear boundaries, a $2,100 fixed fee, a 3-week timeline, and the delivery of role-specific layouts. The process begins with a system assessment and a complete structural rebuild to a proven standard. We conduct live retraining tailored to each team role, ensuring high adoption. A $267 monthly subscription then assumes full responsibility for platform updates. Exchanging upfront capital for a professionally managed deployment secures your operational velocity and removes the risk of paying for software your team refuses to touch. To find your best path, you have to evaluate your options based on your internal resources and your growth goals. This decision tree simplifies the choice. The first filter is technical capacity. Do you have a dedicated internal IT admin? Without a dedicated IT staff member, the DIY route is a detriment to a founder whose time is better spent selling their product. The second filter is your growth trajectory. Are you scaling past 5 employees with complex sales and service needs? If your goal is to scale and gain real pipeline visibility, the QuickFix rescue is the only mathematically sound business decision. Stop paying for abandoned software. Book a 30-minute diagnostic to assess your broken org before you make a 5-figure migration mistake. Successfully fixing a failed CRM deployment comes down to correcting the architectural foundation rather than simply swapping vendors.